I'm arrogant and mean, always putting other people down and boasting in my own strength.
I am continuously anxious and worried about the unknown.
I'm afraid to admit my flaws.
I am unworthy of love and left purposeless.
I am a slave to pornography.
I'm a compulsive and two-faced liar. My own family doesn't even know who I am.
I'm an overthinker, drowning out the voice of God to the lies of Satan.
In my own strength, I use other people to meet my own selfish desires.
I am dependent on alcohol to have a good time.
I'm basing my worth only off what other people think of me.
Deep down, I am afraid that people will see who I truly am.
I compare myself to others, and I feel so inadequate.
I am controlled by narcissistic and selfish feelings.
I am a worshiper of sex.
I am a sinner.
I am a sinner.
I am a sinner.
I am a sinner.
Christ died to save me, a sinner.
Christ lived a perfect life.
Christ came solely for those who were lost and rejected.
Christ humbled himself to the lowest of lows.
Christ not only had to bear the physical pain that we so often think about, but he had to carry and endure the spiritual agony of the weight of sin of all mankind.
Christ was spit on, mocked, and ridiculed.
Christ was beaten to where he literally couldn't stand up.
Christ forgave the prostitute.
Christ looked past the flaws of humanity and saw our potential.
Christ had a crown of thorns pierced through his head.
Christ carried a 300-pound cross.
Christ's body and skin was literally ripped to shreds on his way to be crucified.
Christ conquered Satan by defeating sin and death.
Christ died to save me, a sinner.
Christ died to save me.
To save me.
To save me.
To save me, a sinner.
But you know what? Because of Christ, I'm satisfied without alcohol.
Because of Christ, I'm unashamed of my story.
Because of Christ, I know that God is working all things together for my good.
Because of Christ, I am compelled by selflessness and compassion.
Because of Christ, I now boast in the cross and in what he's done in my life, not in my own strength.
Because of Christ, I am freed from the grips of pornography.
Because of Christ, I am wanted and accepted at all times.
Because of Christ, I know the truth, and his name is Jesus.
Because of Christ, I'm a bearer of truth and a genuine man and warrior for God.
Because of Christ, I find my worth and acceptance in the unconditional, unchanging love of God.
Because of Christ, I can now see that sex is a gift from God made for a covenant of marriage.
Because of Christ, I now fight to further the kingdom of God.
Because of Christ, I'm fully confident in who God created me to be.
Because of Christ, I am saved.
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 Because of Christ, I am saved.